So it's very fast for now, so let me just now change it again. Okay, so now what we will do, we will work on these buttons. So what we want in these buttons, so where is the true button? First of all, this is the button. We have added the gesture detector as well. So on tap, what I want, first of all, I would like to like check if the answer of this one is equals to true or is it false. So now is it going to be a problem? Correct. Let me close this. So we will work on this error. I know what's the problem. Why is it running? Okay, so on the click of this button of true, we will check if questions index dot get answer equals to true. Make sure that the answer which we provided in the data is capital. Okay, got it. So yeah, so what do we want if that the answer is correct? We said we want to increase the points, so I'll say points is equals to points plus 20. So the points will be increased. Okay, what do we want else? Next, sorry, so we also want to reset and stuff this, so that is the other thing. And we can basically say I plus plus, so that's gonna increase the not I, it's gonna be index. Yeah, we can increase the index, so it will basically update the question, update the image and the answers and all. Okay, we also would like to reset the animation and we would like to start the animation again. And what if that is false? Well, if the answer is false, we would like to deduct points. So I'll say points is equals to points minus 5. That's what I'm doing. And we of course going to index plus plus, and we will say same thing, reset animation, start animation, save, and okay, so now let me tell you about the problem. So what is the problem? That it is just updating the index without even checking that is index like crossing the the size of our list. Now what is going to happen in this animation is what we want is until index is smaller than question dot length minus 1. Why I'm saying minus 1? Because at the last question I don't want it to like update. What I wanted to send that to this activity, which is our result activity, or result screen is what we call it. Sorry. Yeah, so index is smaller than question dot, then we can do this. And now if I will run it again, we will not face that kind of problem which we faced. So it is running. In the meantime, let me just work on the result, because it's material dot, and we will say state less is fine. We will say result, and in this basically what I will do, I will get as you can see the screens, where is it, are you here? Yeah, so you can see that we have a score. So this score, we have correct, we have incorrect, we have not attempted, we have total. So all these values are going to be provided from the quiz play and will be sent to the result. So I will be accepting all these over here. I think the app is done. Yeah, so if we click on start quiz now, we can see a baby has more bones than an adult, so it's true. So the point has increased. A shark can blink its eyes, so it's true, but I'm gonna click on false, so it should be 15 now. Okay, so we haven't added the false, but anyways it's working, this one. And we should work on the false button now. Where are you, false button? So first of all, let me copy this all, because it's going to be same for false. The only difference which is going to be there is just wrap it with the widgets of gesture detector. And you can have a look over here when it will be completed on tab. We will not face the same problem. And over here we will say false, false. We do have some false, right? False. Okay. Yeah, let's come back to it. We want the same things to be happening, that if it's false and selected, and that's fine. Okay, so next up what we want, let me just decrease that just to show you. Let me have it completed. We want to send these values of correct, incorrect, not attempted to this result screen. So let me make this able to accept those first of all. And sorry, okay, so let's see if what will happen when. So according to our code, we haven't defined the else condition yet, I think. Yeah, so else is not defined yet, so it should just stop when it completes this. Let's see. And yeah, it's working fine. So when this happens, what we want this to navigate. So how do we navigate? Navigate through navigator. I will be using push replacement to replace this context new material page route. It will take builder takes context. And where do we want to go? We want to go to the result. Where's the result? Okay, it's there. And not over there. Yeah, now as I said, we want to send these values. Where are you? Send these values. So let me type them out over here. So these are going to be integer. Score will be integer, so I'll say score, and we have this. So we can basically get the total question, because total question will help us to get the total amount as well as this. So you know, one arrow to whatever. Total question we have, and then we have correct, incorrect, not attempted. By the way, we haven't updated the not attempted. Neither I think we have updated incorrect and correct. So that is something which we will do as well. So yeah, result, I will use the named parameters, score, total questions, correct, this dot incorrect, and this dot not attempted. Okay, spelling mistake, not attempted, leave it. Okay, so in this screen what do we have? We have text, container. Okay, so first thing first, we will require a scaffold. In the scaffold we will have a body. In the body we will have a column. We'll have children. In that we will have a text. What do we have? A text. We have text of actually these are the let me make that stateful. Why I'm making that stateful? Because I want to use the init method. We can do that without init, just I think it's fine. Okay, so I have also copied these. These are basically greetings, this need improvement and all. Now, okay, so what I'm doing, I have a string which is called a greeting, and what we are doing is we also have a percentage. So percentage, I'll name it variable percentage equals to. Now how do we calculate percentage? Very simple. We will say score divided by sorry, just score, yeah, divided by total number of questions, again total questions multiplied by 20. Why it multiplied by 20? Because each question carries a weightage of 20 marks. And now we want to multiply this whole by 100. So I'll say 100 and semicolon. Now we will calculate if what is that. So firstly we are showing the greeting, so I'll say greeting, then we are showing, what is it, you scored, score is it widget, oh my god, widget dot score out of This is 160, so this is I think this. Okay, so you scored out of this. Yeah, fine. Next, text. This is I don't need that. I think these curly braces. Okay, we do need that widget. That's correct. And I'll say this is correct, comma. Then we'll say widget dot incorrect, incorrect, and now we need not attempted. So I'll say widget dot not attempted. After that, we want out of, that is total number of questions. I'll just say total questions. Oh, total questions. Yeah, so it's done. Then we need a container. So in that we have a child of text. Replay quiz now. It will have a gesture detector as well, and it will have an on tap property. Of course, that's why we use gesture detector. And what do we want to do when we click on replay quiz? We want to navigate. Where do we want to navigate? We want to replacement and new material, page root, builder, context. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? We want to go to quiz play, and nothing need to be provided. Done. So we are basically going to that. Now of course this needs some decoration, so let's go and do that. Box decoration. First thing first, we need border radius. I'll say border radius dot circular. Where are you? 24. And then I want the color to be colors dot blue. Blue. Okay. I think it will require some padding as well. So I'll say padding edge insets dot symmetric vertical 12, horizontal 54. And I'm going to just copy this from this place. Okay, anything happened? I'm not sure. I'll say sized box just to provide some space between them. Height around 20. I think that would be good enough. And this button will be called go to home. You can see it's kind of lighter, kind of font weight. Sorry. Okay. Style, text style, colors dot white. Font size around 18. Font weight dot 600. I think 5 is more than enough for most case. I'm not sure what is the comment for this, but we'll see. We play with numbers and stuff. Okay, so text style will take font size. This one will be a bit smaller because it's kind of a secondary call to action. Font size, we need a color, so this one is actually going to be colors dot blue. Okay, so in this one we don't need to provide it like that. We will say border. It's not the Indian movie border, but anyways, okay, so we want the border to be colors dot blue, and we have a color. Now we also want a width, and I'll say 2 will be enough. Yeah. For major part, it seems like this screen should work, but before to make sure it works, we need to pass all these values. So let's start with what we have. We need score. I'll say score, points. Next, we need total question. For that, I say questions.length. Then we need correct. So these are pretty same. So I'm gonna just say not attempted, not attempted. Next. Yeah, that's all. Okay. Now, I think we are not increasing these. So when do we want to increase the correct? So whenever we select a correct answer like we have, we will increase the correct, and let me copy that. And whenever we don't, we just increase the incorrect. That's it. And similarly over here, incorrect plus plus done. One thing as well which we want to make sure is we have defined the correct incorrect. Now what we want the not attempted as well. So when it will be not attempted, whenever it is going to be changed due to the animation controller status to be completed. So over here we will say not attempted plus plus. Okay, so that's done. We have pretty bit much set it most of the things. And so yeah, without wasting any further ado, let's make our app not more debuggable anymore. Now let's time for action and production. Just kidding. Let's just test it out. Um, we'll say start quiz. We have first question, 0 points. Maybe has more true points. We get that. Start. So the answer of this is true, but I'll click false. So the decrease of 5 points. The US dollars are made from fiber. I'm not sure. Okay, so the answer was false. It was decreased. So I know this. The answer is true. So it increased by 20. True. Increased by 20. The answer of this is false. So increased by 20. For this is false. For this is true. But I would not like to click on it because the not attempted I think is now 0 right now. And yeah, so let's have at least one not attempted. Oh my god. So sorry for that. We want to make sure these are in center, so I'll say main axis alignment center, and cross axis alignment dot center. Okay, why are you? Anyways, we have gotten a greeting. We have you scored this, then. Okay, so the one thing which you may be facing is that this is not in the center in like this one, right? So the reason for that is this is a column and we are saying cross axis alignment to be center. It should be, I think. I don't know. It's inside a column. We're in the right activity. Okay, seems like the text is fine. So let me just give it some kind of styling which we have given it a style just to make it complete. We don't want it to be black. Font size to be around 18 and font weight to be around font weight dot 500. Let's save it, and we need some space as well. I haven't provided that, so just around 16 would be fine for these, not too much required. Save, save. It looks quite a lot, and can make it 16 and around 14. I think it should be better if I go something like 24. And we need a little bit before the button, so I'm just gonna make it like sized box, and I'm going to decrease this a little bit because it looks a bit more than required. Now I'm not able to exactly understand what is happening. Why is it not in the center while it should be? So I'm going to restart that. By the way, we can provide these as well, like some kind of styling, not much required, but let me just complete it. We already have. So the styling would be font size so for 16 would be enough. Font weight dot w 400. I think 5 will be fine. Is there any error? Why is it not loading? Fine, we can make it around 18, 17. Now the problem is, why are you not in the center? That's not the right way, by the way, but Is it in the center? Yeah, looks like it is. So yeah, we are good with this. So basically what was the problem is, I think we can basically have it in container and provide it with to be media query dot of context dot size dot width, and now it will be good to go. Okay, so yeah, I think everything is done. Let me go and give you a brief. So start quiz now. A baby has more than an adult. True. Point is increasing. So let me make it wrong answer. So decrease by 5. Wrong answer. Right answer. Right answer. Right answer. Right answer. I would like to make this not attempted. Yeah, you can watch Gorilla for next 3, 4, 5 seconds. And it's finally done. So we have five correct, two incorrect, and zero out of. Okay, we haven't just a final thing left. It's going to be total questions not attempted, and we have to type not attempted over here. Okay, so the not attempted is 0, which it shouldn't be. Not attempted because last one was increased. So I think the reason was because it was over here. So we can have it over here, and let's play it again. This time, just to make sure we don't spend a lot of time, I'm just gonna make it 5. Okay, save it again, restart, start quiz now, and we have a baby has true, true, false, true, true, false. Let's just skip both the last. I have answered all the true, so the incorrect will be 0, but not attempted should be 2. Correct. Correct. So yeah, finally we have done it, and congratulations if you have completed it. And for more videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Make sure to share it with your friends and colleagues which can benefit from this, and I'll see you in the next one.